Let me give it over to John Austin to share with us about this amazing announcement. Again, I'm hearing it for the first time, so I'm ready to take some notes. I'll give it over to you, John.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you just fine.
All righty. Well, thank you, Professor, and welcome everyone to our BDM community webinar. And I'm honored to be here with you today. It's exciting to see more people joining us each time, and I truly appreciate the time you've taken to be with us. And for those of you who logged on early and listened to Jim Rohn, I got up at 1:30 in the morning. Why did I do that? I've already put in my 8 hours. I have plenty of reasons. I wanted to be here with my shoes shined and ready to impact as many lives as possible. As many of you know, Professor and I lead very busy lives. He just said we haven't had a chance to coordinate before this webinar, and I have no idea what he has planned for tonight. But I knew that he had been under the weather, so I planned to take a little extra time tonight, if that's okay, Professor,
Do
and
your
walk
thing, man. Go on,
and
do your thing.
and walk you through what's coming, make a few important comparisons, and clear up some of the misconceptions and perhaps even lies that have plagued our industry for decades. Now, let me start with a little bit of personal perspective. When I was growing up, there was no such thing as a free lunch. We worked hard to put food on the table. There was no welfare, no food stamps, no free medical care, and certainly no guaranteed income for doing nothing. Today, many people have grown complacent. The government has made it possible for them to survive with very little effort, and some have traded away their dreams and potential for just enough to get by. But that's not who we are. That's not who you are. You're here because you still have fire in your belly, because you're willing to shake off the sleep in the morning and chase your dreams with the determination of a lion on the hunt. That said, many of you have tried really hard, and still met with disappointment. And often the problem isn't your effort, it's the lies you've been told. Take, for example, the claim made from a popular company right now: earn up to $4,000 a month with no work. Let's be honest, folks. Nobody earns $4,000 a month by doing nothing. And here's the math to prove it. To make that kind of money in their system, you'd need a downline of 8,190 people. That doesn't happen from doing nothing. That's massive effort. And I don't know anybody that is going to work that hard for you for free. And when companies make these kind of claims, they attract people who expect to do nothing and contribute even less. Well, guess what that does? It clogs up the matrix with inactivity and creates dead weight that holds your income back. So for every person that does nothing, they're going to have 2 spots under them that are dead, and 4 spots under that are dead, and 8 and 16, 32, 64, 128. And none of those positions are going to pay you any money until who fills them? Until you fill them. Do you want that extra workload? I don't. Now, what have I told you? That you could potentially earn $81,000 a month by referring just one person. Is that is that enough difference to make it worthwhile? 4,000 for recruiting nothing, and you're not going to get it anyway. But potentially, you may not get the 81,000, but you're going to get a lot more than you will by sitting on another program doing nothing. Potential $81,000 a month by referring just one person. Let me explain. The key is in who you invite. If someone can refer just one, they can refer two, and then three, and so on. That's how real duplication starts. Okay, so let's talk structure. The company I mentioned uses a 2 by 16 matrix. If completed, if completely filled, it pays out 65,000, you see right here in the bottom right, $65,535 per month. Sounds nice, right? But here's the catch that they don't tell you. It takes 131,070 people to fill that matrix. In my 60 years in this industry as a top recruiter in 7 different companies, I've only built an organization that big or bigger 2 times. So let's be real. Most people will never get close to filling that. Let's look at a more reachable goal, 10 levels. That's still 2,046 people and pays $1,023 a month in that company's matrix. Now here's where it gets interesting. They charge $19.97 a month, but only pay $8 of that into their matrix. That means you're earning 50 cents, if you look in this area right here, paying 50 cents per person in your downline. Sure, they offer leader bonuses, but 98% of people will never qualify for those. So if you're focused on helping the masses like we are, the matrix is where the money should be, and that's another place these programs fall short. Let's compare that with our BDM discount club, which we're going to talk a little bit about. Within the next week, 2 at the most, we're going to be sharing with you another platform, weekly or a monthly payout, monthly residual. Very, very similar to this other company. We offer the same or similar services. We're going to be charging the exact same amount, $19.97 a month, but this is what it's going to pay, folks. With the same number of people, you would earn $20,460. So what did the other company pay? $1,023 for the same number of people. Even better, your earnings are residual, not one time. That's monthly income. And what if you don't stop at 4 referrals? What if we go to 5 or 10 or even more? We go infinite levels wide, folks. So you choose how much work do you want to do? How much money do you want? And then, go into your dashboard, get our calculator, and then you decide how much work you have to do to accomplish your goal. Okay, so um, we could keep going, but I think you get the point. Let's look at this. And you remember the $81,000 a month that I mentioned earlier? That's based on just one referral. If your team duplicates by 4s and grows to 13 levels deep, even if everyone doesn't get 4, our plan pays infinite levels deep. Okay, so we can actually go way beyond 12 levels. So does everybody need to get 4? I don't think so. I don't think so. We can just keep going. Again, how hard do you want to work? So let's take a look at a different calculator. So let's not forget our travel club. It's the same discount services that we're going to be offering in our discount club, but at a reduced price when you pay annually. The current cost is $149, but we may have to increase to $159 due to rising costs. But still, half the price of similar plans elsewhere. And at 12 levels, you could be earning $655,200 annually. Remember, this is an annual payout, not a monthly. But let's go to 16 levels. What did the other company pay on 16 levels? 65,000. Let's just for fun, let's go to 16 levels. 10 million, 10.4 million. You see the difference, folks? Literally 20 times or more, 20 plus 20 times the income. The reason, no breakage, no diluted commissions spread across 16 levels. Every commission goes directly to one person, and that's you. And for those who prefer to pay annually instead of monthly, we have other options. We have a gas club that starts at $10, a grocery club at $20, a car club at $50, each designed to meet needs with real money. So just for fun, let's go back to our calculator here. We won't take much time, but we're going to go, let's start here. Okay, let's just go to the gas club alone. Four who get 4 through 12 levels, 65,520. How difficult, folks, is it to get somebody to put down $10 for the potential of never having to pay for gas again, or whatever money's left over, you can do with whatever you want. And, you know, it just keeps going. It pays through infinite levels. It pays the more people you get personally. $10. The math doesn't lie, folks. Okay, let's look at the grocery club. $20 just pays twice what the gas club does. Let's look at the car club. Four who get 4 through 12 levels, $327,000. What kind of a car can you buy with $327,000? Anyway, it just, you know, it goes on. You need a new house. What kind of house will 1.6 million buy for you? And realistically, if you're making, you know, this kind of money here, are you gonna step up to these other clubs? Absolutely, you are. And it doesn't stop there, because we have we will have, now that we have the new club, we'll have 14 clubs going all the way to $20,000. So imagine if we put $20,000 in the calculator, you know, it'd probably break your break your paradigm. So we won't go there, but what I'd like to do for just a moment is give you a sneak peek at our new PowerPoint. Um, we'll soon have videos and landing pages for the new discount club, and we'll be sending out a replay of tonight's webinar. So watch for that and share it with others. But let's just take a quick look. Isn't that a beautiful, beautiful display? Combat inflation with club purchasing power. Problem: inflation, supply chain issues, corporate markups, rising costs, grocery costs, et cetera, et cetera. Solution: Discount Club helps you earn extra income and save more on everyday expenses. Our vision: to become the leading global lifestyle savings community, empowering our members to explore the world, enjoy everyday experiences, and unlock financial freedom by offering unbeatable discounts on travel, entertainment, and local services, while creating income opportunities through our exclusive membership platform. Our mission: at BDM Discount Club, our mission is to enhance the lives of our members by providing access to exceptional discounts on travel, entertainment, and everyday services, while empowering them to generate additional income through our exclusive rewards and referral platform. We are committed to making unforgettable experiences more affordable and financial freedom more achievable for everyone. Okay, so over 65,000 fine dining and fast food restaurants, 49,000 movies, golf, sports, entertainment, skis, snowboarding, 207,000 services, automotive, health, beauty, e-commerce, retail shopping, 1,265 hotels, airfare, car rentals, destinations, cruises, on and on. Cash back 5 to 10%. Here are some of the popular for brands and outlets. Uh, Boy, look at that. Isn't that mouth watering? Okay. And again, over 63,000 restaurant cashback instant savings, unlock retail and online savings, shop smart, save big, exclusive online savings, BDM discount club. All right. So with that, I'd like to close with just three quick questions. Number one, would the potential to earn this kind of income light a fire in your belly? Number two, would you rather earn 20 times more for the same amount of work? And number three, would your team grow faster if everyone was making money? So if everyone on your team is making 50 cents for every member that comes in, every sale they make, they're making 50 cents. How long do you think they're going to stay motivated? Probably not so long. But if they're making $10 for every member that comes in and they're making that to infinite width and infinite depth, how long are they going to stay motivated? Probably, probably they're going to, they're going to work harder than they ever have before. So if the answer is yes to any of these questions, then you're in the right place. Now, let me turn it over to the professor.
You like doing stuff like that, don't you? You show that pretty PowerPoint there. Beautiful PowerPoint, by the way. Absolutely gorgeous PowerPoint. And you
I,
turn it over to me to do what? What am I
I,
supposed to do with that?
I did put it in your telegram, but like I said, we haven't had time to to collaborate.
Okay. Well, well, hold on. I tell you what. I tell you what. Let me go. Let me download that real quick. Give me a moment. How about give me a little bit of transformation since you just threw it to me. I'm gonna throw it right back to you. Give me a little transformation. Let me go.
Okay. Well, folks, I mean, what more can I say? I've been in this industry 60 years. I've been to the top of 7 countries. I've been part owner of 3 countries. I was a consultant to the industry for, roughly 16 years. I helped other companies build compensation plans. I've consulted with many companies on their compensation plans. I've even told companies that their compensation plan wouldn't work. And after three failures of the same compensation plan, they finally had to quit. And really, there are very few people, probably in the industry, the entire world, who understand compensation plans like I do. I don't know why, but God gave me a gift with compensation plans. And and so here we have it. I've over the years I've analyzed probably everything that has to do with compensation inside and out over and over again. And I finally came to the realization of why the average person never succeeds in this industry. The money's too slow. They get discouraged. They never make enough money to stick with it. And it takes too long. Now, for some people that have become, most of the people who have become millionaires in this industry, as I've interviewed different people, is they had a very simple goal. They needed an extra $300 a month, to help a child in college or repair the roof or, make a car payment, something realistic. And they went to work. And in a period of time, they had accomplished that goal. And a light bulb came on. And they said, well, what if we double our efforts? Well, the second $300 is even easier than the first. And then they say, well, why don't we just up that goal? Let's set it for a couple thousand, then 10,000. And then, eventually they become millionaires. And that's the way it works, folks, is you treat it like a business. If you were to build a brick and mortar business, what would you do? You'd build it one brick at a time. You do everything that it took. I told you I got up at 1:30 in the morning. Well, I'm only halfway, probably not even halfway through the day, you see, and I've already put in more than my 8 hours. But that's what happens when you own a business. And I knew when I started this company that that's what I would have to make that sacrifice to make it work. But I do it gladly because I can see the end result. I know what's going to happen down the road as hundreds and thousands and millions of people get involved with this and they turn their lives around. What could be more satisfying? You like, was it Schwab that he worked half of his life to make $400 million and then he spent half of his life to give it away? Well, I don't have to wait. I don't have to go 20, 30, 40 years to give away millions or even billions of dollars. We can do that right here through our crowdfunding platform because every time you join and spend $10 in the gas club, you know what? $8 of that is putting gas in somebody else's tank. A member just like yourself that is not making ends meet like they would like to, and it's helping them put gas in their car. So nothing's wasted here, folks. And the same thing goes, we have to meet expenses, and our expenses are not small. I've gone into debt over $100,000 to put this company together because I went through some unfortunate circumstances where my company was stolen. Then I helped another gentleman build a business, and he embezzled 4.5 million and destroyed the company. And I finally reached a point where even though I didn't want to start another company, I said, it's time to do it. I got to do it because this is a dead end road, working for other people. So here we are. We've got, in my opinion, the absolutely best opportunity that I have ever seen. Give me this 60 years ago, 40 years ago, 20 years ago, I wouldn't be here today. 10 years ago, I wouldn't be here today. A year ago, I wouldn't be here today because I worked two similar plans. Not ours is better than theirs by 100, just 100 times. But the first one I worked, I made $100,000 a month in my first 90 days. I was at $100,000 a month. Second
Mm.
one, I was at $1,000 a day within my first week. That didn't last long because somebody hacked into their computer and did some malicious things. So that was very short lived. But had that kept going, I wouldn't be here today. I'd have made millions of dollars that year, and I'd have just, I would have, I would have put my hat on the on the hat rack and said, "Hey guys,
And
see
you'd
you
be
on."
right here, like what's behind me. That's where you'd
That's
be.
that's right. So back to you, Professor.
And so what I wanted to do, since you had that beautiful PowerPoint, and so I guess we'll just do things a little bit in reverse. So you saw the potential, um, of, 6, perhaps even 7 figures, that John showed you with the various calculator, and, I'll make sure if you're new, how you can get access to the calculator so you can put in your own numbers, what you think, you and your team might be able to accomplish. I wanna do something, now, the PowerPoint I'm about to show you is not nearly as slick as what John just showed, okay? Alright? Alright. I wanna just kinda show some of the savings part, alright? Give me a moment here. I learned this, and I've been in this industry now over 30 years. I think this is my 31st year now. This is my 31st year. Um, bear with me. And one of the things I was taught very early on is to be a product of the product. Well, one of the clubs that we have, that's the right now $149 club, may have to tick up just a little bit to 159. That's an annual outlay. But that club gives you access to a lot of savings, whether it's travel related or whether it's in your local area, depending on what part of
Let,
the world you're in.
let me
Yes.
let me just interject one thing so it's absolutely clear. Our
Hmm.
discount club that we're going to be rolling out here, hopefully within a week or slightly more, uh, will have these same discounts. Okay, exact same discounts. So what you're seeing applies to two clubs. Basically, now what's happening is our travel club is becoming our annual membership for those who want to pay, bang up front. They want to just do it and not have a monthly recurring auto ship. But those who want to, they can do the 17.95 a month or 17.97 a month. They're getting the exact same benefits.
Uh, that's where you were talking about a 14th. You said
The
it
what?
was like 14 plans. Is that what you were
Yeah.
alluding
So
to?
right. So this actually becomes our 14th plan.
Okay.
The
All
the
right.
discount.
Gotcha. Okay. So let me repeat what I think I just heard. All right. Right now, the discount portion is wrapped into a 149 annual, maybe may go up to 159 annual, or people could do a monthly at 1797 or 1795 a month. Is that what I just heard?
Right. And there is a $55 membership, annual membership with the discount club
Okay.
and plus the 17.95 a month. And there's the 149 $149 is like an annual payment, just a one-time annual payment, and the 149 is half of what the company we were talking about is charging for their annual. So
Gotcha.
we have our prices are better, our compensation plan 20 times better, and
Right.
so it's just to me it's simple logic. Some people don't have logic today, but for
Yeah.
those who do, it's not a hard choice.
Okay, so let me show you a little bit about the discount club. All right, and so there's no reason, whether it's someone doing it annually, whether it's someone who's doing it monthly with the upfront um, membership fee or what have you. No reason for people not engaging with this. All right, so let me just give you some examples. All right, so let's say I want to go and I want to do some traveling. I love Orlando, Florida. Lived there for a few years. Has a special place in my heart, and so I did some digging when the discount club first came to us. All right, and I wanted to see, are we really getting a discount? Are we really getting a discount? And so what I did is I went to hotels.com. Hotels.com is owned by Expedia. Okay, so Expedia owns hotels.com and Orbitz and a few others. So, you might see different commercials on TV where it seems like they are competing against each other. No, a lot of them are owned by the same folks. Okay. But we saw a difference between what we have and, let's say, hotels.com Expedia has. So this was the hotels.com. I was looking to book a trip. I'm just simulating it. And on Friday, March the 21st, that date's not showing here, but Friday, March the 21st, and it was at Embassy Suites. I'm partial to Embassy Suites by Hilton Orlando, Lake Buena Vista South. Okay, I want to do an apples to apples comparison. So you can see here, $192 published rate with the taxes and insurance. I'm sorry, taxes and fees. $218. Okay. So then I go to our discount club. I put in the same date. All right. I put in the same property. Embassy Suites, Hilton Orlando, Lake Buena Vista South is actually just beyond Orlando, Kissimmee. All right. Not too far from all the parks. And look, same booking. Okay. For the same time, $119 published, $137 taxes and fees. Okay, so now let's say maybe a person decides that they want to do the monthly option with the discount club or they want to do the annual option. Well, either way, one night stay would have been about $80 in savings with our club. Okay, so if they were doing the monthly, they would have covered the $55. They would have covered the 17.95. Okay. If they were doing it annually and they opted to stay 2 days as opposed to 1 day, they would have covered the full annual outlay. Okay. I actually think a lot of people are going to want to do the annual just so they don't have a monthly subscription. And plus, they're going to probably want others to consider doing the annual because of the payout there, much bigger payout. All right. Now, there's also there where you can give vacations away, or you can give yourself a vacation. The way it works is you can do what's called a vacation redemption. There's no timeshare presentations or anything like that. You've got some cities here that you could take a look at. Here's an example of going on a Vegas vacation, 4 days, 3 nights, no timeshare. What do you pay? You only pay the taxes and the fees. So this is not some rinky dink, you open up the door and you're standing outside one of those types of places that you might not want to stay in. No, these are hotel options that are highly rated on TripAdvisor. What are they looking to do? They're simply looking to book, fill up all the inventory, all right, in hopes that, especially in Vegas, they're hoping if they have a restaurant, you visit the restaurant. They're hoping if they have any type of gaming, that you'll go buy the slot machine or what have you. That's where they're going to make their money. Okay. And so for $99.72, whether you gave this to yourself or maybe you gave it, maybe there's a family member who's getting married or graduating or what have you. All right. Um, this is all it costs, folks, $99.72. And you would have 18 months to actually take the vacation. So you would outlay the $100 in this example when you did when you were locking it in, but you'd have 18 months to actually take your trip. This is what you're going to have access to with our travel club, okay, with the discount club. Now, I love the local discounts that are available. Um, you see there, 2 million local discounts are available at that bottom right. And then there's another section that has over a million discounts. So let me give you an example. Okay. I like going to the movies. There is a Regal theater about 10 minutes from my house, actually a little less than 10 minutes from my house. And you know most of my day is pretty full with business and investment activities, and so I was looking at, well, maybe I'll go and see Mufasa the Lion King. This was back in March or so. I was surprised it was still out. I love the Lion King franchise. So I was looking at a non-matinee time. All right, so if I just went to that theater's website, you see, one adult ticket was $15.49 for a non-matinee. Well, going through our discount club, I could go to Regal, all right, and I could purchase a ticket for $9.75. And if I want to use that in matinee, I could. If I wanted to use that in non-matinee times, I could. And I'm not limited to just watching The Lion King. So maybe I get there and I look and I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm not in the Lion King mood today. I want to go to that movie over there, whatever that movie happens to be. 9.75. So now I could actually go on a date. So for two of us, it'd only be 1950. So for two of us, those of you who've been with us for a while, you know that I'm a widower, but I have found love again. I call her Dr. Baby. Dr. Baby and I could go. She loves the movies. Okay. We could go to the movies for about what I would have paid just for my own ticket. Then we could also save money on concessions as well. Okay. Let's talk about eating out. All right. Or perhaps even getting pizza and wings. Few weeks ago, my son and um, his significant other, first time I was meeting her, and he was so complimentary about her over the phone. And I got a chance to talk to her a few times. And so they actually came to visit with me. And so the first night that they were here, we decided to stay in. It was Dr. Baby and Dr. Baby's daughters, and I've got a daughter living with me. My two sons are grown, and so it was what, six of us, I think it was. All right. So we knew we were going to do pizza and wings. Figured with the numbers of us that it was probably going to be about $100 or more. Okay. So I went into the discount club and I saw I could get a $50 off deal. I paid $20 for a $50 off coupon. All right. So there's a number of pizza places in the area, but the one that was closest was Marco's. All right, that Philly cheesesteak pizza, my gosh. And then I got the Hawaiian pizza. It was great. Three big pizzas, whole bunch of wings. All right. And sure enough, I was right. It came out to $100.95. But I bought that discount. I paid $20 for a $50 discount. Okay. And you can see the discount right there. So net, I saved $30. We were going to do the pizza and wings anyway. Okay, we are going to do that anyway. All I did was I went into my discount club. So let's think this through. Okay, uh, if I was on the monthly membership with the discount club when that comes up here in just a couple weeks, well, I would have more than covered my monthly outlay for that with just this one outing here. Okay, would have more than done that. Not to mention if I went on that trip to Orlando for just a couple nights. I would have covered my outlay there as well. But it doesn't stop there. We're talking automotive, business, car rental, condos and resorts, which is a different section than the other section dealing with vacations and hotels and condos, cruises and tours, which is different than the other section where you could get up to 60% off. Dining and food, entertainment, golf, health, beauty, so on and so forth. I looked at my little sticker the other day and I noticed, oh, it's time for an oil change. Okay. I've got Jiffy Lube 2.2 miles from my house. I'd say 15% going to go get an oil change by going through the discount club. So we kind of did things a little in reverse tonight, where John covered the money part. But I want you to understand just the power of the discount club. And then when you add all of that together with the crowdfunding pieces, and I tell you what, let me just do one thing here on the money side. You just give me a moment. All right. So if you are a guest tonight, you're going to want to connect with the person that invited you to tonight's Zoom. All right. Ask them for their BDM community link. You'll come inside. Okay. You can register for free. Come inside. All right. And then you can choose what clubs you want at that point. But go click onto where it says income calculator. Okay. And this is where you're going to be able to see some of the things that John was walking you through. So I'll give you an example. Let's say that I personally refer four people and I want to look at this 12 levels deep. Now, with our platform, let me see if it's here. Is that changed? Okay. All right. Um, Give me a moment. So if I just did, if I just did the gas club, okay, that's $10. Now, you don't get all the savings that I just talked about. That's where you want to have the right now we call it the travel club. Okay, that's where that comes in. All right, and then obviously John talked about that in a couple weeks. There'll even be a monthly option, a very low barrier to entry option there. The gas club, the this discount club here, okay, the grocery club, the car club, and the house club. Those clubs are crowdfunding. So 80% of whatever the um, club purchase price is, so the gas club is $10, $8 is paid out to one person. Um, John, maybe you have to clue me in on this discount club. Maybe that's what you were talking about there. The grocery club is $20. Okay. All right. The $16 is paid out to one person. The car club, the travel club. So all of these payouts are paid out to one person as opposed to being dispersed amongst 10 levels, 12 levels, which all that does is dilute. And so when John was saying what happens with that dilution is that people make so little because of that dilution, they get disinterested, particularly in the days of the internet that we're dealing with. Okay. It used to be way back when, in John's heyday, in my heyday, the internet was not a big player. And so you had, maybe a few, two, three major marketing companies in your local area. All right. Wasn't nearly as much competition. These days, with it being the internet and everybody's getting pitched on the social media and their email box, you better make sure that people can make money very quickly. And that's what our platform allows people to do. So let's say I did the gas club and the discount club and the grocery club and the car club and the travel club and the house club. Let's say I did all of those in time and I just referred four folks, and then they referred for all through 12 levels. Okay. Well, this is what we're talking about. That's the potential. That's the potential. Well, wait a minute. You're assuming a perfect world scenario. No, I'm not. No, I'm not assuming a perfect world scenario because I only took it through 12 levels. And we have an infinity depth payout. The other thing is, what if I decide I wanted to refer more than four? Okay. The point is, play around with the income calculator. Okay. All right. So, with that being said, I'm going to finish what I have to share on that. And let's come off of the screen sharing. I think I saw one hand up earlier. I think I saw Dr. K's hand up. So, we'll take a little moment, a few moments for some Q&A. Hey, Dr. K, I've unmuted you, sir. First time I coughed tonight. Yay, we're doing better. Go
Thank
on, Dr.
you.
K.
Thank you very much, Professor. Amazing presentation. You are a legend, man. I listen to you all the time, and I
Thank you,
love the
buddy.
way you present. It's amazing. And John, I cannot say enough about you. I have been with you for 40 years. Guys, uh, the wheel has been invented. Don't change it. Don't change the spokes. Otherwise, you'll have a bumpy ride. Just get with it and go to work. Don't worry about anything, the compensation. Don't ask questions irrelevant. Your job is one thing, is go recruiting, recruiting, recruiting. I have 5,000 people to put in the system. I just need help to put them in. I wish, John, you can come up with automated system to just put people in the business because it's so much for me. And guys, let me tell you, 4 years ago, I was in a coma. Yes, you heard me right. I was in a coma and God saved my life. And I am back in business. And, John is right. Uh, Success comes from who do you know to rub shoulder with that are successful. And very important is success is spelled WORK, 24 hours a day. It doesn't matter what day, one night, John is there. I call him in the middle of the night. Every time he's there, he answers me. He guides me. I don't question him. The wheel have been invented, Professor, and we are all indebted to John for life. You are a great leader and a great presenter. And Jim Rohn is right. I have been to all these big people, Jim Rohn and everybody else you can think of, face to face. I paid a lot of money to just go and learn from these legends. I cannot tell you enough what John did for me. He has paid me the money I owe, and then he never took one penny. He was correct. 40 years ago, he gave me $15,000 every week, and no question. And he is amazing legend. And guys, don't question him, and just follow his wheel has been invented. Just go ride it. And just, hey, I get so many people calling me and tell me I need to know about the comp plan. I said, for what? What your job is? Recruiting, recruiting, recruiting. That's it. Just put the people in. And amazing money I'm getting from John. He put me first. When he came to me, he told me, Dr. K, we have something incredible. I'm going to share it with you. I said, John, you know me. It doesn't matter. Show me the money. Put me in anywhere. Just put me in. And sure enough, he put me in and we went to work. That's all I do. Day, night, and anywhere I go to the dealerships, pick up the salespeople cars that are there. I go to the banks, I pick up the assistants, all of them card. I go real estate offices, I pick all the real estate agent cards, and I just send them simple presentation what John is giving us. I don't deviate, and I'm telling you, I cannot thank you, John and Professor. You guys incredible influence to
Thank you,
all
Dr.
of
K.
us. And thank you. And God bless you all. Go to work. Take
Thank you,
Thank you,
care.
Dr.
Dr.
K.
K.
Bye. You all.
I didn't know you had one in the coma. What a miracle. Thanks, Dr. K. Hey, Jim, you are unmuted. Go on, buddy.
I got a real fast question. Uh, are we going to have fairly soon the presentation in Spanish?
We do have a presentation in Spanish. I don't know if it's been loaded up on the website yet or not. When you log into your, maybe you, are you logged into a website there that you can show Professor or?
Uh, yeah.
Um,
Give me a moment.
Yeah, the reason for the question, I have a large Spanish community around me, and I know quite a few of them. I'd like to approach them.
Yeah. If you look right at the top above the path to success, there's a language. Click on that and see if it's showing the Spanish yet. Right there, click on Spanish. Now go to landing pages and let's see if they're showing in Spanish yet.
I don't know what landing pages is
Oh,
in
it'll
Spanish.
be, hold on, hold still. It's
Video.
H-E-R-R right above your, yeah,
Okay.
there you go.
Okay.
And then the next would be P-A-G-I-N-A-S, Páginas de Destino.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Does it show?
So the question is this
Yeah,
in Spanish? Do we know? We had to
it's
see.
not, it's actually not showing in Spanish yet. If you, yeah, it's listed in Spanish. But when
Imagine
you play
diseñar el plan de compensación perfecto.
Oh.
Y si pudieras
Okay.
crear un plan de compensación.
It is playing in Spanish. Okay. So there you
Yeah,
go.
that's that is good in Spanish, but it's not the actual presentation that the professor gives every week.
Oh, you mean the
Yeah, like tonight,
the webinar.
Tuesday, yeah, the Tuesday and Thursday webinars, which is posted on YouTube. I like to have one in Spanish so I can have my Spanish people go to it.
I'm not sure how we do how do we do it in Spanish? Do you know, Professor? How do we
I don't know. I don't know if no, I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, I think we would have to have somebody who speaks Spanish to do a presentation. It doesn't have to be live, but do a presentation.
May be easier, Jim, with the newer PowerPoint. That'll be more streamlined because obviously when I do a presentation, I do a lot of ad-libbing.
Right.
I don't do your standard, by the book, by the, I'm sharing part of my life. We're talking about Dr. Baby and my son. And I got a Hawaiian pizza, and boy, that was good. But that Philly cheesesteak. So
Jim, do you know any of these people that are bilingual
Oh, yes.
and are
But then they're not fluid in English.
Well, that doesn't matter. What you need
Yes,
is just somebody that's energetic, eager to step up, wants to be a leader, and they can learn it in English. If they understand English, they can learn it well enough that then they could actually do a presentation, and
yes.
we could facilitate a Zoom where we could record that, or they could do it live, whatever they're willing to do. But yeah, if you can find somebody that's willing to do that, we do need some Spanish, more Spanish information. The best we have right now is if you know, switch your thing to Spanish up there on top and then go down, they will know
All
how to
right.
read it, but it's the
Yeah,
one that's HERR. Uh,
Right here.
yeah, it's
yeah,
herramientas de marketing.
yeah. I'm assuming the stuff on the panel there is in the same physical locations as in English, so it should be easy to find, I would
They would
think.
be, yeah. If you just if you make a note what the English, the position of the English,
Location.
you'd click in the same place. Yeah.
All right. That's my
Well,
question. Thank you.
yep.
Thanks a lot, Jim.
That's part of growing. We just, and there will be leaders step up in various languages and different parts of the world doing webinars, presentations in different time zones. That will happen. It'll grow organically. Again, we're new. We're right at the very beginning, but this is going to be huge. It's going to be worldwide, and we're going to change the world.
All right, beautiful people. I tell you what, our next Zoom is going to be on Sunday night. That will be our transformational Zoom. We do come from a faith based perspective on that Zoom. It will be on the same Zoom link, same Zoom time. So we look forward to seeing you on Sunday night. Have a phenomenal weekend until Sunday night. Good night, everyone.
Good night.